So what happened was a bunch of actors obviously tried out for Lois Lane. Okay. One of them, actress Phoebe Denova, has come out and revealed what was part of that, right? What was part of the casting, how they were casting this sort of character of Lois Lane, what they were looking for. And to me, look, I understand that Lois Lane is a badass. I understand that. But what I also understand is woke Hollywood is a cesspit of absolute misandry and bollocks. And this just sounds like more of the same. And it doesn't sound fun. And it sounds like absolute drivel, quite frankly. So, like I said, she's come out and revealed some stuff. And she says, it was a whirlwind. And then I realized that it was over, but it was great. She saved Superman. She's the brains. She's actually the fearless one.
Right.
So, what is Superman? Just this big, dumb, muscle-bound guy? I mean, Superman's very intelligent. He's in the comics. He's a very intelligent guy. So he's dumb now, apparently. I mean, Lois Lane's quick and sharp, but you would never say that she's traditionally smarter than Superman. That doesn't make any sense.
No, but I think I see what he's saying here, and I think some people are taking it.
This is what she's saying.
Way. Who's saying this? Oh, Rachel Brosnan.
No. It's Phoebe. It's Phoebe Denevor.
The actress.
Everybody else has been presenting this like James Gunn saying it. So who fucking said it?
Well, everyone else is an idiot and they don't know what they're talking about. This is one of the actresses who got round to the final round of Lois Lane auditions. So whoever's been saying it's James Gunn, they're fucking stupid.
Because yes, at the end of the day, Lois is fearless. She is constantly getting herself in trouble. She is, in her perception, running the show. But what we know as the audience, wink, 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 is that Clark is always there as her security blanket as Superman to save her when she gets herself in too deep. That I don't have a problem with. This she saves Superman part, I don't get that.
Well, no.
Well, I would say I'd say her saving Superman is more of the sort of metaphorical sense, sort of philosophical sense of, you know, I saved him to sort of find himself, that sort of thing, right? You know, emotionally, I saved Superman because he's going through a tough time, not understanding.
I can see that
sort of thing. The brains and it's that wording. She's actually the fearless one. I don't like that. And also, I think you give Hollywood too much credit.
Can I ask you?
Holy shit!
I don't know any more than what you have said right now. I have not had the time to follow up on this story yet. But my understanding, just from seeing this, is that this is actress Phoebe Denevor, who is not in the movie, but she read for the part of Lois Lane.
Yeah, she got through to the final audition.
What she is doing right now, she is basing everything she is saying on the scene that was given to her in her audition. So they were looking for Lois Lane to be able to feel you're the one really in charge. But exactly as Tom is saying, that only means that the actress has to believe it. That doesn't mean that it has to be so in the movie. I'm going to take this story with a huge grain of salt because this is an actress who is just seeing a tiny, tiny little speck, namely what she saw for her audition, which may or may not be reflective of what is in the actual movie.
I would not give Hollywood the benefit of the doubt on this occasion that this wouldn't be in the movie. Absolutely no.
Well, are we forgetting that Lois would just gallivant off to France to face down terrorists that are threatening to blow up the Eiffel Tower?
No, I know.
Have we not seen the Max Fleischer too, and how she always end up in danger?
That's my point.
That's not what I'm saying. You guys are misconstruing it, right? You guys are misconstruing what I'm saying. You've got to remember, this is modern day Hollywood. Why on earth are you giving modern day Hollywood the benefit of the doubt yes, the things that she's saying here.
Oh, I'm not giving modern day Hollywood the benefit of the doubt. I'm giving James Gunn the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, me too.
I wouldn't even do that.
Me
I
too,
wouldn't
because
even
I
do
saw
that.
Until he
Peacemaker.
gives me a reason otherwise not to, I will.
Yeah, me too. I so far have no reason.
Well, let's put it
not
this
to.
way, right?
The
Let's-
moment
let's-
he, I yet not. I'm going to jump to conclusions, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions based on this alone. I'm going to need a
Well, I
tiny
can give you a
little bit
reason.
more.
I can give you a reason to doubt
Go
him,
for
right?
it.
So, bearing in mind, I accept that all of these facets, the brains, she's not the brains, but I can accept that the other facets are parts of her character. I've not disputed that, right? But here's the difference between James Gunn now and before, right? Before, he's working for people, okay? Now he's the CEO of DC Studios. He is going to have to make something which appeases a board, which appeases a massive company behind him. You can't, it's not the same. You can't give him the benefit of the doubt in that regard. He has much, he's answering to a much higher power, much higher power.
Yeah,
right?
he's answering to
So-
David Zaslav, and David Zaslav is a known conservative.
Yes and no. He's still yes, absolutely. But
I
I
know
just do
he's a
not
Superman
trust.
fan, I will
But
say
also,
that.
no. Also, you do remember he's basing all of this off Tom King, who's fucking dog shit.
Now that
You gotta
is a
remember that
red
as well.
flag.
Yeah.
He's basing everything off of Tom King.
That I grant
Everything.
you. And I've been planning a video on that because that is the one thing that really fills me with doubt about James Gunn. Like everything else, he
His
has given me
entire
no
DC
reason
is
for
based
doubt.
off him.
But that he chooses to align himself with Tom King, I really have to give a lot of goodwill to accept that, and I don't know that that is a level of goodwill that I am allowed to that I'm going to give him. So to me, that's one major red flag. So with the Tom King news, when you put that into context, yeah, then who the hell knows what's going to happen? So, but that's the red flag. I want to see more before I give up all hope on this one. But the presence of Tom King, more than anything else, that he's standing right next to Tom King in that picture, that fills me with dread. That it does.
He literally is basing his entire DC universe off of that. Tom King.
That fills me with dread.
So there you go. Reasons not to give him the benefit of the doubt. I've given you them.
That's one. That's a big one right there. I will grant you.
How do we know he's basing it off that universe?
Because he said it.
He's literally said it.
That he has said. Planning a video on it.
That, Tom.
Are you sure it was him and not some other chick who?
No, that was him. That was
hard?
James Gunn. That was James Gunn bragging about how amazing Tom King was and how.
That's what I'm finding out every damn time I turn around. And somebody says, "Oh, James Gunn said this," and it was fucking Purple Monkey dishwasher.
No. James Gunn said this, and that's the
Monkey
one big red flag here.
Haven't you ever heard of that? That's what happens when you play fucking telephone.
The fuck is Purple Monkey dishwasher?
That's what people would throw in just to fuck with people because, people would start off with refrigerator. The word is refrigerator. And then by the time you get to the end of it, it's Purple Monkey dishwasher.
Okay,
it's a joke from The Simpsons. But anyway.
Okay. First of all, Tom, I did a video on this and a little bit of research that showed that Gunn actually said that. But, yeah. He was a big fan of Tom King.
You know what? Gunn has said a lot of shit in the last few months.
Yes, he has. Too much.
I'm not going to believe a goddamn thing until I see a fucking trailer. That's what I'm going to say at this point. Because as I've said before, he has come out and this is his own fault. I can't believe a fucking word that comes out of his mouth because of what everybody has said. And that is he's had to play politics for DC since he is now the head of DC, which is their own fault. They should have just held this news off until now. We should just be learning now that James Gunn is going to be revamping the DC universe. And at that point, everybody would be like, oh, whoa. Because really, we all knew it was coming before that, but they did this to themselves. They've had James out there going, The Flash is the greatest superhero movie ever.
Oh,
and
yes,
stupid
that
shit
was
like that.
Terrible. Look, he lost so much credibility.
That's what I mean. At this point, I don't trust the thing that comes out of his mouth. He's a politician now. But what I will trust is when I see the fucking movie. And if I see the movie or the trailer and the trailer invokes Superman to me and I see what he's up to, cool. Because he has posted a lot of different shit, mostly from Donner and classic Superman era stuff. And the fact that we actually have a cast that looks like the original comic book, I'm going to hold off just a little bit longer. And I'm not trying to defend James Gunn altogether. I'm just saying that he has not given me anything yet that I haven't liked. And until then, I'm not going to pass judgment. And I said the same thing about Taika Waititi. As soon as Thor: Love and Thunder, I saw that shit and it was garbage. I was completely honest about it.
The chat's on fire today.
Well, look,
Sorry.
I've given you a good reason to have some doubt for.
I just want to say we have the best chat. You guys are always like, we'll be talking about something, you guys will just be going off. It's fantastic. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Yeah. Nick, we haven't heard from you yet, mate. What do you reckon about this? Come on.
I don't trust James Gunn. But I also kind of see what Tom's saying to a certain extent as well. I just want to see the movie. We'll see what actually happens. But when I saw James Gunn give Nebula the dad bod in Guardians of the Galaxy 3,
there you go.
I was like, dude, what are you doing? Look at all the other images of her and all the previous iterations of that character. Woman. And now she has dad bod, you know. And the whole time I was watching the movie, which I actually enjoyed the movie for the most part, but the whole time, every time she was in it, I was like, gosh, she's like,
gross,
you know, trans now or something. like what's going on with this character? But I don't have a lot of faith in anything that Hollywood's doing nowadays until I actually see it for myself. And I'm like, okay, they actually nailed this. This was awesome. I can get behind this. Until I actually see it for myself, I don't have a lot of faith or trust in anything that they're doing. DC, Marvel, whatever.
Yeah, agree with that.
Give me another season of Reacher before really interested in seeing any more DC or Marvel stuff.
Well, you've got a really good point, right? Like, so you want another reason to doubt James Gunn? There's one.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, absolutely.
She did that.
No, she didn't.
She even admitted that because of the weird pose she did. I don't understand why people.
No, that's just the pose. They still.
That wasn't had anything to do with the movie. The movie was still good.
I like the movie for the most part.
I had no issues with the movie. So
she looked very different.
In the poster, not so much, but again, the movie was perfectly fine. And Tom King, though, that's a red flag. So here's what, but I want to wait and see what Tom King is going to be like, seen through the eyes of James Gunn. Because who knows, maybe James Gunn in his filmmaking magic can do something special with the work that Tom King put out there. I'm open to the possibility, but just having someone like him there, that's a red flag.
I like the fact that someone's trying to claim. No, hold on. I like the fact that people are trying to claim it's Photoshop. No, it's not. She literally has curves. She always has curves. And then in the last movie, they made her look like a bloke.
Yeah.
Not Photoshop at all. She
not in the movie,
curves.
just in the poster.
In the movie, she was like that too.
What movie did you watch?
Well, I didn't know
she was like a bloke in the film.
Yeah, I literally just watched it for the first time like 3 nights ago. And the whole movie, I was just like, God, man.
Fucking gross, the whole movie.
Okay, I didn't notice.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I've forgotten.
There's my other reason anyway. There you go. So. It's not Photoshop, guys. I wouldn't lie to you.
Trust me, if it stinks, I will let you know it stinks. Because Superman is one of my favorites. So, and that's one of the reasons why I felt like this whole thing was off to a bad start to begin with.
Tom is going to turn on James Gunn like you have no idea if that movie doesn't work.
Oh, I will. Ask Kevin Smith.
Tom, have you seen some of the stories that Tom King's been contributing to? Like, Wonder Woman #4.
I get it. Tom King is a piece of shit. Okay, we've established that. But how do we know how much he's actually has to do with anything? How do we even know he's not just sitting there just because he's there? Because he's one of the DC roster at this point. That just happens to be there.
I have 4 words for you. Star
What's he directing?
Wars Story Group.
Uh-huh.
They are architects of the coming DC project Superman Legacy. Bears a lot of resemblance to that.
And he's one of the most important members in it, as per James Gunn himself.
Yep.
Well, there you go. Let's shuffle
We'll see
on
what
from
happens. We'll see what happens.
Divisive topic.